In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on November 12, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. San Francisco 49ers versus Jacksonville Jaguars. In a Sunday afternoon clash, the San Francisco 49ers venture to Everbank Stadium for an away game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 49ers, seeking a rebound after a 3-game losing streak, had the luxury of a bye week to regroup. Meanwhile, the Jaguars secured their 6th win with a 20-10 triumph over the Pittsburgh Steelers. The San Francisco 49ers, standing at 5-3 this season, suffered a setback in their last game, falling to the Cincinnati Bengals 31-17. Despite leading 14-10 at halftime, the 49ers faced a second-half deficit of 17-7, ultimately succumbing to turnovers. Despite outgaining Cincinnati 460-400, San Francisco's 3 turnovers proved costly. The 49ers, during this losing streak, also faced defeats against Minnesota and Cleveland. Offensively, they averaged 27 points per game, with quarterback Brock Purdy amassing 2,033 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Running back Christian McCaffrey has contributed 652 rushing yards and 9 scores, while wide receiver Brandon Ayuk boasts 35 receptions for 620 yards and 2 touchdowns. The San Francisco defense is formidable, allowing an average of 17.5 points per game. The Jacksonville Jaguars, with a 6-2 record, clinched their latest victory by defeating the Pittsburgh Steelers 20-10. Leading 9-3 at halftime, the Jaguars held the Steelers to only 7 points in the second half. Despite turnovers, Jacksonville outgained Pittsburgh 377-261. The Jaguars' winning streak includes victories over New Orleans, Indianapolis, Buffalo, and Atlanta. Their offense averages 24 points per game, with quarterback Trevor Lawrence accumulating 1,935 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Running back Travis Etienne Jr. has contributed 583 rushing yards and 7 scores, while wide receiver Christian Kirk boasts 43 receptions for 520 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Jacksonville defense allows an average of 19.5 points per game. The 49ers, looking to shake off their recent struggles, made strategic moves at the trade deadline, acquiring defensive end Chase Young from the Washington Commanders. The bye week provided a much-needed breather, especially after a 31-17 loss to the Bengals, where Purdy faced challenges. On the other side, the Jaguars rebounded from a 20-point loss to Houston with 5 consecutive wins. The Jaguars' defense, ranked 9th in scoring, presents a formidable challenge, particularly in rush defense. While the 49ers may have a superior roster on paper, their recent performance is cause for concern. The Jaguars, riding a 5-game winning streak and bolstered by a well-timed bye week, showcase improved form and a resilient defense. With home field advantage and a free field goal, the Jaguars present value as underdogs. Both teams coming off a bye, the Jaguars are poised to extend their winning streak. So the Jacksonville Jaguars to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Jaguars' passing game, showcasing strength in recent weeks, poses a significant threat, especially against the 49ers' struggling pass defense. Receivers Calvin Ridley and Christian Kirk are expected to exploit these vulnerabilities, ensuring sustained offensive momentum for Jacksonville. Meanwhile, Christian McCaffrey's prowess for the 49ers remains a constant, and his contribution is anticipated. Both offenses, rejuvenated after the bye week, are expected to find success in moving the ball and scoring. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Green Bay Packers versus Pittsburgh Steelers. On Sunday afternoon, the Green Bay Packers head to the Steel City for an inter-conference showdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Packers, sporting a 3-5 record, are coming off a notable victory against the Rams, showcasing improvement in what might be considered their best game of the season. Meanwhile, the Steelers, with a 5-3 record, find themselves in a 3-way tie for second place in the American Football Conference North Division. The Packers, at 3-5 overall, are seeking consistency consistency despite the recent win over the Rams. While Jordan Love's statistics showed improvement with 228 passing yards and a touchdown, closer scrutiny reveals lingering issues. Averaging 20 points per game, the Packers' offense ranks 20th in the league, and their defense, conceding 20 points per game, holds the 10th spot. The upcoming game demands a standout performance from Love, who remains a focal point for Green Bay. The Steelers, with 5 wins to their credit, continue to defy expectations, securing victories even in non-dominant performances. In their recent game against the Tennessee Titans, a 20-point output secured a 4-point win. Quarterback Kenny Pickett, completing 16 of 20 passes for 160 yards and a touchdown, contributed to the Steelers' success. Despite an offense averaging 17 points per game and ranking 29th in the league, the Steelers have showcased resilience. While the Steelers may not be considered a powerhouse, their ability to win close games is a testament to Coach Mike Tomlin's leadership. Their knack for securing victories with an average margin of 5 points in each win sets them apart. The Packers, while potentially able to compete in Pittsburgh, face a Steelers team that excels in close contests. Although the Steelers are more likely to emerge victorious, the Packers are expected to keep the game competitive. So the Green Bay Packers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Anticipating a closely contested matchup, neither team is expected to dominate on the scoreboard. The offensive struggles are evident, with the Steelers ranking 29th and the Packers 24th in total offense. The Packers' recent breakthrough with their first touchdown in 6 weeks against the Rams doesn't necessarily forecast a breakout performance against the Steelers' formidable pass rush. Both teams rely on running the ball effectively, contributing to a game with a slower pace. The expectation is an aesthetically challenging game resembling the style of a low-scoring college football match, such as the Iowa and Northwestern game. In a scenario where both offenses grapple with challenges, the likelihood of subpar quarterback play from both sides increases. The struggle for offensive effectiveness is predicted to be the decisive factor. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Cleveland Browns versus Baltimore Ravens. The clash for supremacy in the American Football Conference North unfolds on Sunday, November 12th, as Cleveland ventures to Baltimore for their second encounter of the season. Currently, Cleveland boasts a 5-3 record, while the Ravens stand at an impressive 7-2 this year. Fresh from a noteworthy victory against the Cardinals, where they secured their first shutout win since 2007, the Browns are riding a wave of confidence. However, Baltimore holds a 4-game winning streak, including a convincing 28-3 triumph over Cleveland earlier in the season. The Browns, acknowledged for possessing one of the NFL's best defenses, showcased another stellar performance last Sunday. Although facing Clayton Tune, a seemingly fictional quarterback, the outcome was as anticipated. The Cardinals were held scoreless in a 27-0 defeat, managing a mere 58 total yards. This elite defensive display is precisely what was expected of Cleveland in Week 9, yet they now brace themselves for a far more formidable opponent. Cleveland has experienced inconsistencies this season, currently holding a 5-3 record. In their recent game against the Arizona Cardinals, the Browns secured a blowout victory with 27 points. Deshaun Watson, in his second start, completed 19 of 30 passes for 219 yards and 2 touchdowns. Despite this offensive resurgence, the defense faltered, conceding 24 points to the Seahawks 2 games ago. The Browns averaged 23 points while allowing 17 points per game defensively. Shifting focus to Baltimore, they have positioned themselves as the NFL's top team. In their recent showcase, the Ravens impressively dismantled one of the league's best rush defenses in Week 9, amassing 298 yards and a rate of 7.3 yards per carry. This dominant performance, outgaining their opponents 515 to 151, marks their 4th consecutive victory. Lamar Jackson's precise and confident passing in a newly mastered system, synchronized wide receiver play, and a formidable defense contribute to their recent success. With a 7-2 record, the Ravens boast victories against top-tier teams like the Detroit Lions and a commanding 37-3 win over the Seattle Seahawks in their last game. Deshaun Watson's presence as the quarterback for Cleveland adds a significant dimension to this game. If the Browns can minimize turnovers, their defense is capable of challenging the Ravens. In their first meeting, 2 of the Browns' interceptions turned into Baltimore touchdowns, accounting for half of the Ravens' score. Watson's ability to avoid interceptions gives the Browns a better chance, and a turnover-free game enhances their offensive prospects against the formidable Ravens defense. Although Baltimore is expected to continue their impressive form, especially at home, the Browns aim to demonstrate offensive cohesion and progress. Watson's composure, mistake-free play, and absence from the previous meeting add intriguing dynamics dynamics. Despite Baltimore's recent dominance, the prospect of elite defenses and star quarterbacks clashing in a crucial divisional game suggests that the current betting line may be larger than justified. While Baltimore is likely to win, the game is expected to be tighter than the first encounter thanks to the prowess of both defenses. So the Cleveland Browns to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both Cleveland and Baltimore exhibit strong defenses, contributing to a consistent theme of lower-scoring games. The under has been prevalent in Cleveland games this season, with a 4-3-1 record. Baltimore games against divisional opponents have also trended towards the under, posting a 2-1 record. Additionally, when the total has been set at 39 points or less, the under has a perfect 2-0 record this year. Both defenses rank among the league's best, with Baltimore allowing the fewest points per game and Cleveland securing the third spot in the same statistic. In their initial meeting, where Baltimore scored 28 points, the game still finished under the total. Considering the likelihood of fewer possessions due to the team's emphasis on rushing and the clock, a defensive struggle is anticipated. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.